Okay, so when we talked about credit scores, you mentioned a little bit just now about how you can increase or keep things going good, going well with your score. So, for example, not taking on new credit cards, maybe not but making a new purchase or installment loan like a new car. What kind of credit score are we looking at? You mentioned earlier 620 is kind of a minimum that most lenders will set. Are there other scores that we're looking at maybe for potentially qualifying for the best rates or other score kind of targets that we're looking at?
Sure. And it can kind of vary depending on the lender that you're working with, but I would say 740 or above is going to really put you at a position where you're going to be able to likely grab those lower interest rates and have the most options available.
They're talking about credit scores. You mentioned some borrowers, maybe somebody who's new to the military or they're still young, maybe they're just out of college, they're looking to buy a home. They might not have a long credit history, but they do have a history of renting, or they might have other types of installment loans that they've been paying on. If you don't have a strong credit history, what are some of the things that lenders can or borrowers can do that might show that they are credit worthy and capable of buying a home?
Yeah, definitely. Well, we can look at your rental history. So if you have, rented in the same place for 12 months, that's great. A lot of times that's not the case. You maybe have moved over the last 12 months, but that's okay. We can piece it all together. So it's just really, it's helpful to know that who that rental history is with, if it's more than one over the last 12 months, and make sure that you pay them on time. And when I say on time, it's like as long as it's not a 30-day late. So as long as nothing was reported in your history with with your landlord that you missed it by over a month, that will help. If you pay your utilities on time, I mean, even your cell phone on time. We've used cable bills. Well, not really cable bills, but even Netflix. I
Okay.
mean, like I
Yeah.
know it's a small thing, but what we're trying to do is show as many opportunities that you can show that you pay your bills on time. I mean, that's kind of what it boils down to. So anything we can do to start stacking those little wins up
Mhm.
will help really build out a credit profile that isn't necessarily being reported in the report itself. And then from there, if we have things that are known as compensating factors, which just means what are some other things that you have in your corner? So do you have a couple of months of mortgage payments in reserves saved up? That's a compensating factor. So do you make a lot more than you need as far as your debt to income ratio, a lot more than you need a month to cover your bills? That's a good compensating factor as well. So there are other things that we can point at as your strengths to help overcome some concerns potentially that we don't have as much credit history. Because I have helped guys in the military and gals in the military purchase, I mean, in their 20s, like early 20s, they're super young. And I say, great for you, right? Like, awesome for you. This is an amazing benefit that you have at your disposal. So, like, we will find a way to make it work. And sometimes in those cases, too, it's like, hey, all I really need is this thing. Once I get you, when I have the 12-month of history on that, we're going to be golden. So, we might be 3 months away from that, but I'm like, so save up as much as you can between now and then, and you're going to be in a good spot. And then as soon as we hit that 12 months, we verify, we document, you're pre approved, and you're ready to go.
Well, it sounds wonderful. It sounds like given that opportunity, lenders have the ability to bring a little creativity to help people get into a home
Mhm.
and to hopefully buy that their dream home or something they could afford and get into. Are there some common issues that you see, maybe among military members or anybody who's buying a home, when it comes to credit or pre-approval? And what are some of those issues, and are there ways to overcome them?
Sure. Unfortunately, a lot of what we see are collections. Collections can really slow you down because it just shows that, like, oh man, you didn't actually pay your bills on time, which is what we're looking to show that you can do. Sometimes it's just an unfortunate, sequence of events. Maybe you got deployed or, someone else was taking care of your finances. That happens with active duty members quite often. And so it's a matter of dealing with those collections. Sometimes you're reaching out to the creditors, you're renegotiating that amount and you're getting that paid. Or maybe you're making a monthly installment plan and then we're counting that monthly payment into your overall ratios. So collections oftentimes is something that's going to trip you up for sure.
Okay, so no easy fix there other than just making those payments, getting up to date on them, and then showing consistency over time. Is that
Mhm.
kind of what I'm hearing? Yeah.
Basically, yeah. If you can renegotiate and pay it off in one lump sum, that's great. A lot of times that's not feasible. And so, what we can do is you can set up an installment plan, though, and that usually works as long as we can fit that monthly payment. It's small enough to fit into your monthly budget and it doesn't derail your overall ratios. So, you can't afford the house anymore.